well, I don't know exactly how to describe what it is they're doing. And I'll tell you what I find interesting. Here we got, right beside where I thought I saw something. And I'll get back later and look. We got a tree break right there. We'll get back later and look at the video though, and we'll see if there was something there. When I was videoing it, if it was just that old stump. But I have seen this, I don't know how many times, boy, a stump, or I mean, you see a Sasquatch, and then as somebody walks toward it, it just fades out. You know, people go, oh, that's a blob squatch, you know, whatever, man. I got too many of these things. Sometimes it may be, but not always. These guys, I believe, are just at a different frequency from us. And it makes seeing them in our limited, the limited spectrum of light that we can view, it makes it difficult. Yeah, I don't know, some of you may have noticed that recently I changed the name of my, well, I've not changed the name of my page. I went to my other page called The Unseen World of the Forest Beings. And I'll be posting from there from now on because I'm sick of you Sasquatch and Bigfoot people. Y'all can all kiss my ass. You're a bunch of frauds, phonies, or people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. And most of these beings aren't Sasquatch or Bigfoot anyway. You know, Sasquatch is a regional name of the Salish Indians in Washington and British Columbia. So there's no way whatever I'm seeing over here is a Sasquatch. It may be something similar to a Sasquatch, but it's not a Sasquatch. Those they live over on the West Coast. And you know, the whole idea of these beings is one that is just mistaken anyway. There are a bunch of different beings that live in these forests that we can't see. Forest people, forest beings, whatever they are, and they come in different sizes. And I'm not talking about just age, you know, like little Sasquatch. There are little beings. Some of these beings are not, they don't get big. They're smaller. I've got thousands or hundreds of pictures of them, screen captures of them. And then there are the Sasquatch type beings, the big guys. And you know, some of those are out here too. But I'm going away from the Bigfoot Sasquatch name, because first of all, Bigfoot to me, that's just like a cut down, a put down. You know, to call him a Bigfoot. How'd you like to be called a big mouth? All you some bitches out there criticizing everything. Well, what if we named you according to your most noticeable attribute, your big mouths? Well, that's what a Bigfoot is. You know, that's a cut down, a put down. And then the other name, Sasquatch, you know, that's a regional name. The Native Americans had hundreds of different names for these beings. And while some of them may be the same being, some of them aren't the same being, or definitely not the same beings. And so I'm not going to use those old names that bring up old, outdated theories about what these guys are. You know, all those theories that came out in the 60s, you know, to sell you movies and, you know, to sell you books by all these old school anthropologist guys, type guys that are all so full of crap. They're trying to make this about Gigantopithecus and all that kind of bullshit. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with Gigantopithecus. Nothing at all. There are hundreds of these, I mean, there are dozens of these beings living in the forest. And it has nothing to do with Gigantopithecus. Truthfully, no one really knows what's going on. That's why I get so aggravated with these people on Facebook and on YouTube and out there that claim to have all the answers about these guys. It's absolute made up bullshit. It's nonsense. There's no evidence to back up hardly anything they say. And they make up all these things about, you know, the Sasquatch being so highly evolved spiritually, you know, and they don't know, there's no way to know that. They say that because somebody told them that they sat down and channeled that crap from a Sasquatch, or somebody lies and says they have conversations with Sasquatch. You know, some people that say they have conversations with Sasquatches, they haven't got a picture of them, or they're horrible pictures. You know, if I'm out there hanging out with something that I'm talking to on a regular basis, you know, I damn well have a picture of it. You know, I want you to explain to me how you can have a Sasquatch talking to you so clear on a damn tape recorder that you can hear the spit coming off his lips and you can't get a picture of it. And don't give me that bullshit about respecting them and all that shit. They don't care if we video them. If we do it respectfully, they don't care. So, you know, if you're really talking to a Sasquatch, pull a camera out and shoot a video of it. You know, put up or shut up. You know, I'm so tired of these people giving us evidence that is nothing. That doesn't, there's nothing to back it up. And people go, oh, ooh, listen to that, you know, and it's bullshit. If you haven't got anything to back it up, it's just bullshit, dude. You know, you need to quit doing it, quit tricking people, you know. All you people that are doing that, recording video, Sasquatch, you know, supposedly out there making all this noise and talking to you and calling your name, and it's a bunch of bull. You know, if he's really that close to you, you can pull out a video camera and videotape him talking to you. You know, at least you could see him, you know. You know, just quit lying. You know, that's why I'm moving my page over to a new format. You know, I'm going to present you theories, but I don't have any of the answers. They're going to be theories. I'm not going to try to claim to have answers to things that I don't have answers to. A lot of people out there doing that. There are lots of different people claiming to have knowledge they don't really have. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to present you with a lot of different theories and a lot of video from people just like me out there in the woods shooting video. And I'm going to let you decide what the truth is. So anyway, I've had my little say and giving you a little view of my area here now that it's springtime and everything's coming back out. So I guess I'll stop for now and talk to you later. Looks like my battery's about to die anyway. Y'all have a good one.